Yo, what up, y'all? I don't know what happened, but I think my picks went in. Not quite sure what happened, but I think my week 5 picks went in. I believe we got, once it go live, we go live. I don't do this a lot, obviously, but my week 5 picks real quick, just in case if it didn't go or it didn't work or whatever the case may be. Like I said, Thursday night game, I picked Washington to beat the Bears, but the Bears came out and dominated that game from the start basically to the finish. Justin Fields and DJ Moore, they controlled the game and basically took Washington out of whatever they wanted to do. Right now, live from London, we got the Bills versus the Jaguars. I picked the Bills to win that game. Obviously, it's a close game right now. The game is still 7-11 in the third quarter. The next game I got Texans versus the Falcons. 2-2 teams live from Atlanta. I got the Texans winning that game. I believe my man C.J. Stroud gonna keep it going. He's been cooking. So hopefully, he can keep it going. The Ohio State Buckeye. I got to rock with him. But shout out Bijan Robinson as well. And then we got Carolina going into Detroit. It's an easy pick for me. I think I'm going with Detroit. I think the momentum that they got going, they just playing so well on all sides of the bat, all facets of the game, offense, defense, special teams. I'm gonna go with them to go to 4-1. Then we got Tennessee going into to Indianapolis. I think Indianapolis get a big time boost from Jonathan Taylor's comeback. Just got that extension. He's coming back. Hasn't played all year, but he's coming back. He's gonna give a release for Anthony Richardson in the run game, also in the pass game. But with all that said, I got to go with King Henry. That's my guy, man. Shout out King Henry. I got Tennessee winning that game. And shout out Mike Vrabel, hometown guy. Then we got the 1-3 Giants going into Miami. Easy pick for me. I'm going with Miami. I think they're just too dynamic for the Giants right now. They hampered by injuries. My man Saquon get well soon. Miss you out on the field, man. But I'm going with the Dolphins, man. Just too much speed. Tyreek, Jalen Waddle. Etienne, Mostert, just added Chase Claypool, another speedster. They've been playing some good football. Got the Saints going into the Patriots, man. The Saints been playing good ball. I think they're 2-2. They've had some really good quarters, not so good quarters, but they're 2-2. But going into Foxborough, I know Matt Jones hasn't played to anybody's standard. I hated to see the kid Gonzalez, that big time cornerback that they got, out for the season, man. Hurt his shoulder last week. I was watching that game. I hate to see that happen. Get well soon. Not sure if Mr. INT, J.C. Jackson, is going to be in uniform. He's got the trade back to where it all started with the Patriots after leaving the Chargers. I'm going with Belichick. In this game. I got the Patriots winning that game. Boom. Then we got the Ravens going into Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, obviously, like I said last week, Mike Tomlin, one of my favorite people, man. I love that guy. Super duper dope, both on and off the field. Super dope. But I got to go with the, I would say, if not the leading candidate right there for MVP right now. I'm going with Lamar Jackson. You look at this team, the injuries that they've had so far, I don't know too many people that can withstand that. And them boys sitting at 3-1 right now because of Lamar Jackson. And they're going to get some of their guns back. I believe Odell Beckham is coming back today. So that helps them offensively. But Lamar Jackson has just been steady all year, playing at a super duper elite level right now. Then we got the Bengals going into the Cardinals. Bengals have not played good football so far this year to their standards, I bet. I think a lot of it has to do with the health of Joe Burrow. We all know that. With that calf injury, hasn't allowed him to be as dynamic where we know he can be, both in the play action game, getting out to the boundaries and being able to throw on the run. He's been, playing out of shotgun a lot mostly this year because of that. But I still see them going into Arizona and picking up that win. And then we got a big time game right here, man. We got the 4-0 Eagles going into the 2-2 Rams. I think we can all say that nobody would think that the Rams would be at 2-2 right now. But they're playing exceptional ball. And shout out to my man, Coach McVay, duper duper dope guy, crazy mind, crazy cerebral, super duper IQ when it comes to the sport of football, man. He's just super dope. I believe Cooper Kupp is coming back today. So now you got the dynamic duo, the two-headed monster with Cooper Kupp and Puka Doncic, who they call him Puka Doncic, man, and got the most receptions for any receiver in NFL history through his first 4 games. And we also seen that game-winning touchdown he had last week. Matthew Stafford throwing that ball on the string. And obviously, Aaron Donald always got an opportunity to change the game no matter what. The boy can just do it from the inside, from the outside. He's big enough to be able to wrestle with the guards on the inside, fast enough to be able to wrestle with the tight ends and the tackles on the outside. He's ridiculous. But with that said, man, I got to go with the Eagles too, man. Still, they're playing like they're trying to get back to the Super Bowl, and they're just, they got that leader, man. They got that leader in Jalen Hurts, man. He's just big time, and all those weapons around him. Then we got the Jets going into Denver. I got the Jets winning that game. I believe Zach Wilson's going to have another, big time game. We got an injury right now on the field, Buffalo and Jaguars, and I'm not quite sure who it is, but it looked like possibly it was Josh Allen. I'm not quite sure. We'll see when they come back after commercial. I hope it's not Josh Allen. Where was I? Oh, I got the Jets going into Denver winning that game, and I hope Zach Wilson balls the heck out. Shout out my man Garrett Wilson, the Ohio State Garrett Wilson, big time player. Then we got the Chiefs going into Minnesota, man. Minnesota sitting at 1-3, haven't played to their liking. Obviously, and the Chiefs are the Chiefs, man. Anytime you got Patty Mahomes and Travis Kelce coming into your building, you got the big fella, the fat man, Andy Reid, one of my favorites. I'm taking the Chiefs over the Vikings in that game. Then we got the game of the day. We got a rival game. We got a rematch from last year's postseason. We got the most winningest franchises in the late 80s and the early 90s. We got the Cowboys and the Niners. If you was an 80s baby and you grew up watching the NFL in the late 80s and the early 90s, you love seeing this matchup. You had guys that played on one franchise, went to the other franchise, played on one franchise, went to the other franchise, won Super Bowls with both franchises. You got Charles Haley, you got Ken Norton Jr., you got Deion Sanders, you got Terrell Owens, and so on and so on. So many players came from both franchises and just made a name for themselves, and just big time players, when I was a kid, I used to wear so much Niners stuff. When I was super young, I was a Niners fan. And then in the early 90s, I became a Cowboys fan. My little league team wore red, so we would represent the Niners. And then I switched my little league team and went and played for the South Rangers. And we had uniforms like the Cowboys, and I switched over to them. And we know in America, they call it America's team. There's so many Cowboy fans. But I'm not one of them. But I am a Michael Parsons fan. He's a beast. That was not Josh Allen on the field. Thank God. It was. That didn't look too well. Oh, that was the cornerback Johnson, number 7. Like he hyperextended his knee a little bit, and I'm glad he was able to walk out on his own term, just solely with his helmet off. He's doing well, so best of luck to him. Hopefully there's nothing that's lasts longer. But I'm going with the Niners. I'm going with the Kyle Shanahan Niners. One of my favorite players. Like I said, remember I said earlier, if not the MVP, one of the MVPs, and Lamar Jackson. Well, the Niners have probably the MVP right now, and that's CMC, Christian McCaffrey. I think he has 12, 13 straight games with a touchdown. I don't have a fantasy team. I wish I played fantasy this year, but if I would have had the number 1 pick, I would have took CMC. I'd be telling all my friends, how could you not pick CMC? The man gets it out of the backfield and runs. The man gets it out of the backfield and pass catching. The man is even throwing touchdown passes. I ain't the smartest guy, but I ain't the dumbest either, man. I tell you that, man. But yeah, give me the Niners, man. Give me the Niners going to 5-0 with that game. That's going to be a big time game, though. Looking forward to watching that one. And then in week 5, we got the Green Bay going into to Las Vegas, where I am right now. Devontae Adams, he's questionable right now with the shoulder. We all saw that fall this past week when he fell on his shoulder. He's questionable. Hope he's able to play. I think we all, as anybody that's ever played a sport and left the team or left the school or whatever the case may be, when you played against your former teammates or you played against your former team, you always wanted to be able to be on the field, on the court, in that match. So I bet Devontae Adams hopes that he's available so he can play against his old Green Bay Packers teammates and coaches or whatever the case may be. Show them what they miss. That's always the motivation. Show them what they miss. So we'll see what happens with that. But with all that said, not sure if Jimmy G is back. Have not seen that report yet. But with that said, I'm still going to go with Green Bay. I think Green Bay will play well enough to win that game. And we'll see what happens. But those are my picks week 5. I hope y'all enjoy this unbelievable football Sunday and Monday for that one game. And, Ohio Breeze champions. Don't get it twisted. King signing off. Salute.